Have you ever been there, standing in a gallery or maybe just scrolling online and you see this canvas just full of wild colors, swirling lines, and that little voice pops up going, okay, what is this exactly?
Right. Or the classic, my kid could do that.
Exactly. That one. If you've thought that, seriously, you are not alone. It's a really common first reaction, kind of baffling, maybe a bit dismissive even.
And that skepticism, that feeling of where's the picture, it's actually not a bad thing. It's a really crucial starting point, actually.
Yeah. How so?
Well, it gets you asking questions, right? It prompts you to look a bit closer, dig a bit deeper than that first glance.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So get ready, everyone, because that's what this deep dive is all about. We're going to try and unravel the, let's call it, secret language of abstract art.
Explore those hidden depths.
Yeah, exactly. The emotional stuff hidden under all those brushstrokes that seem random at first. Our mission today is basically to shift how you see it, to go from just, looking at the art to really seeing it.
Understanding the feelings, the ideas.
The whispers and the shouts beneath the surface, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're drawing a lot from Anita Louise Hummel's book, Unlocking the Secrets of Abstract Art. It's a great guide for getting beyond the canvas, as she puts it, past those first impressions.
It really is.
So let's really dig into that initial confusion, that gut reaction you mentioned. Standing there thinking, what does it mean? Or this just looks like a mess. Those feelings are totally normal, right? In fact, maybe they're kind of important.
Oh, definitely vital. They're your first honest emotional response. And that's often the first step towards, really engaging with the piece.
Even the I could do that thought.
Especially that one sometimes. It taps into something really human, doesn't it? Our need to find meaning, find some kind of order, even when things look chaotic.
Huh. I never thought of it like that. It's like our brain is trying to solve a puzzle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we can reframe that confusion. Instead of a wall, think of it like a doorway.
A doorway to exploration.
Precisely. It's inviting you to question your assumptions, to go beyond just the surface.
Okay, that definitely shifts the perspective. But let's tackle the big one. The idea that abstract art is just random splashes of paint, stuff just kind of thrown on there.
Yeah.
That's got to be the biggest hurdle for a lot of people.
It really is. And it's something we absolutely need to, debunk. Because many abstract works, even if they look spontaneous, are actually meticulously crafted. There's often a hidden structure, an order you don't see right away.
Like with who? Give us an example.
Okay, think about Jackson Pollock, probably the most famous example of this, right? His action painting.
The dripping and splattering.
Exactly. That whole dynamic process, he's moving around, letting gravity and his own movements kind of dictate where the paint goes. It looks chaotic.
It absolutely does.
But there's a real method in there. I mean, each drip, each splatter, it carried weight for him. It was a record of his energy, his physical state, his emotions in that moment. It's more like controlled chaos.
Oh.
With intention behind it.
Controlled chaos. I like that. That distinction feels really important. It pushes back against that just random idea. But okay, before we get too deep into technique and what the artist meant, what about just that first hit, that immediate feeling you get from a piece, sometimes before you even think?
Ah, yes. The gut punch.
Yeah. How does the painting make you feel? Like right away? Is it happy, sad, confusing? Does it spark a memory? Are those feelings key?
Oh, absolutely fundamental. They're the bedrock of interpretation, really. That emotional connection, that's often where the whole journey starts.
So you should just let it happen.
Yes. Just allow those feelings, whatever they are. Don't judge them. It's the raw starting point before your brain starts trying to analyze everything.
Okay, so feelings first.
Yeah.
How do we connect our feelings to what the artist might have been getting at? That seems like a big jump.
It can feel like one, but that's where we start looking at the artists themselves, the pioneers, like Wassily Kandinsky.
Kandinsky, right? Heard the name.
He had this fascinating belief in synesthesia, where senses get crossed, like seeing colors when you hear music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For him, art wasn't just about painting things you could see. It was about expressing these deep spiritual, emotional experiences. An inner necessity, he called it. He was trying to paint, like, the sound of a trumpet or the feeling of spirituality.
Painting a sound. That's mind-bending. And you mentioned Pollock again. His intention was different, right? More about the action.
Exactly. With Pollock, the act of painting, the process itself, became a huge part of the artwork's meaning. Those splatters weren't just decoration, they were the record. His physical movements, his emotional state during creation, it's like a performance captured on canvas.
A performance? Yeah, I can see that. So these artists, they're using something other than pictures to communicate. What is it then?
It's like a different language, a language made up of basic elements: color, line, shape, texture.
Ah, the building blocks.
Precisely. And they use this visual vocabulary to convey meaning, way beyond just showing you something recognizable. It works on a deeper level, often kind of subconscious.
Okay, so color, line, shape, we all have basic ideas, right? Red feels energetic, blue feels calm. But how do abstract artists use just those things, without any objects, to hit us so hard emotionally? What's the trick?
Well, it's not really a trick, but more that these elements get amplified. They take on more power because they're not tied to representing something specific.
Okay.
Think about Mark Rothko, his huge canvases of color.
Yeah, the big rectangles.
Right. He could take a vast expanse of, say, deep red or an almost black color, and just through the sheer scale and the exact hue, he could create this incredible sense of awe or maybe quiet dread.
Yeah.
Pushes past our simple red is energy idea.
So it's about how the color's used, the scale.
Exactly. And same with lines and shapes. Sharp angles might feel tense, aggressive. Soft curves might feel comforting, peaceful. Because they aren't depicting a thing, they become these pure triggers for emotion or sensation. They connect directly with our own feelings and experiences.
So that's the emotional blueprint you mentioned. The artists embed feelings or ideas using this language, so like a code for our emotions. Rothko's color fields what makes them so powerful when you see them in person.
Seeing a Rothko in person is something else. They're designed really specifically to evoke these deep responses. It's the color, yes, but also the immense scale. They almost envelop you.
So they feel huge.
Huge. And the simplicity, it looks simple, right? Just blocks of color. But it hides this incredible emotional complexity. Standing in front of one, it's not just seeing color. It's about what that vastness, that specific color does to you inside. It kind of forces you to slow down, to just feel. I remember the first time I saw one properly, it was, overwhelming, but in a good way. It's not just about what you see. It's about how it resonates with you, with your life, your feelings.
Okay, this is giving me a much better framework. So how do we, practice this? How do we train our eyes to actually see these elements, this language? Are there practical things we can do?
Absolutely. A really good way to start is with, let's call them guided visual exercises. Just let your eyes roam over the canvas. Actively look for things.
Like what?
Look for repetition. Are there shapes or colors that repeat? Look for contrast, dark against light, rough against smooth. Look for balance or maybe a deliberate imbalance. Look for how your eye moves. Is there a sense of flow or movement?
And while you're doing that, maybe ask some questions like, what colors are really jumping out at me? How do these shapes seem to interact?
Perfect. Or does this feel harmonious? Or is there tension here? Where does my eye naturally want to go? These kinds of questions help you focus, help you move past that initial, into a real dialogue with the work.
Got it. Active looking.
And another layer, if we connect it to the bigger picture, understanding the context helps immensely, the history.
How so?
Well, abstract art didn't just pop up out of nowhere, right? It really emerged in the early 20th century. Think about everything that was happening then.
Big changes. Technology, psychology.
Exactly. Huge shifts. World wars, new science, Freud. Artists were responding to all this. They felt the traditional ways of painting, just representing reality, weren't enough anymore. They needed new forms to express the complexity, the anxieties, the excitement of their time.
So they were breaking the rules on purpose.
They were breaking free, trying to find a visual language for a new era. Knowing that context helps you appreciate why they took such radical steps.
Okay, that adds another dimension. But here's something that feels really liberating. You're saying after all this looking, analyzing, thinking about history, my own personal take is still the most important thing.
Absolutely paramount. Your life, your experiences, your personality, they all shape how you connect with a piece of art. So trust your gut feeling, trust your instincts. There isn't one single right answer locked away in the painting.
So my interpretation is valid, even if it's different from someone else's.
Completely valid. It's your response.
That actually takes a lot of pressure off.
It should. And it also raises an important point. If everyone's interpretation is valid and personal,
then talking about it with others could be amazing.
Exactly. Sharing your thoughts, hearing what someone else saw or felt, It can be incredibly enriching. You suddenly see things you missed, understand how different backgrounds lead to different readings of the same piece. It deepens everyone's appreciation.
Yeah, I can see how that would open things up. Because ultimately, you're saying abstract art connects with us on a really basic human level, right? Beyond just showing us a picture of something.
Precisely. It taps into those universal emotions, experiences joy, fear, peace, chaos that we all understand, regardless of language or culture.
Unlike art that shows, say, a specific historical event, which you might need context for.
Right. Representational art often guides your interpretation more narrowly. Abstract art, because it's not depicting one specific thing, kind of throws the door open and invites you to bring your own meaning to it. That allows for way more connections, more personal reflections.
So the ambiguity, the fact that it's not always clear what it is, that's actually its strength.
I absolutely think so. That ambiguity is what makes it so uniquely engaging. It doesn't give you all the answers. It leaves space.
That's just for the viewer.
Yes. Space for you to bring your own life, your own feelings into a kind of dialogue with the artwork. It stops being just passive looking and becomes this active personal journey. You're co-creating the meaning in a way.
And it's not just stuck in museums anymore, is it? You see the influence of abstract ideas.
Yeah.
Well, everywhere once you start looking.
Oh, completely pervasive. Think about graphic design, logos, website layouts. Think about modern architecture, furniture design.
Yeah, clean lines, bold colors.
Exactly. That minimalist aesthetic that's so popular, it owes a huge debt to abstract art principles. It shows how lasting and relevant those ideas still are. It's woven into the visual fabric of our world.
It really is.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening, as you go out and maybe look at abstract art with fresh eyes, just remember your take on it. It's valid. It's important. There isn't some secret code you have to crack to get the right meaning. It's more like a mirror. Reflecting your own thoughts, your own feelings. Embrace that.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to talk about it. If you're with someone, share what you feel, what you see. Ask them. Approach it with confidence, knowing your view matters. That dialogue is where so much richness lies.
Yeah. And, seek it out. Go to a local gallery and art fair. Even just browse online collections. Engage with it firsthand. Maybe go to an artist talk if you can. Immerse yourself. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Definitely. Because the key thing to take away is that abstract art isn't about chaos or randomness. Not really. It's this incredibly rich world of emotion, experience, ideas, all communicated through that visual language we talked about.
Learning to read that language, it changes things.
It really transforms your perception, not just of art maybe, but how you see patterns and feelings in the world around you too.
So the next time you're standing in front of one of those canvases, splatters, lines, big blocks of color, whatever it is, just pause.
Breathe.
Yeah, breathe. Let yourself feel whatever comes up. And then maybe start exploring those layers, looking for the elements, thinking about the feeling.
Because when you do that, you're not just unlocking the mysteries of the artwork.
You're unlocking something in yourself too.
Exactly. You end up understanding yourself just a little bit better. And that's pretty profound.